Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be taking a tour of the Montego Bay bypass from Cornwall Courts to a section of Irwin that leads to Fairfield. So from Ramtarley Boulevard we'll make a left turn that will take us to the bridge where the Montego Bay bypass crosses over the community of Cornwall Courts and leads to Salt Spring community to the left or the Irwin community to the right. China Harbor truckers getting their trucks ready to start the day. So we'll make a right turn here to go toward the Irwin area and then to the Fairfield area. A left turn here will take you to Salt Spring and then to Iron Shore, where you can make a left turn to go to the center of town, or to Sangster's Airport, or a right turn to go to Ocherios and Kingston on the North Coast Highway. So we are on top of the overpass at Cornwall Courts. We now will be making our way down to the Irwin section. So here we can see some vehicles going down toward the Irwin area. So these vehicles are going toward the Irwin's area from the overpass at Cornwall Courts. This area will be a very beautiful section of the highway when it is completed. So we are approximately a mile from the Adelfi section of the bypass. At this section we can see that they have constructed drain, and they are working on the median in this area, and a lot of excavation have been done in this area. You can see that they are presently working on that mountain up there. So they are excavating that hillside. So we are about a mile from the area that the longest bridge in Jamaica is constructed at Irwin, and presently here we can see a lot of work taking place, and we are right at the section where the overpass is constructed at Adelfi, and we are heading now. From there we'll be heading to, from Adelfi section we'll be heading to the bridge at Irwin, and then from Irwin we'll be trying to go on to the Fairfield area. So we can see a lot of work is taking place at this section. So now we are facing the direction going back toward Cornwall Courts here. There's a lot of work is being taking place here. So here we have a crew of So here we have a crew of workers working on the median in this section of the area. And right now we are at the Adelfi area. So they are building drains here. We can see section of the Adelfi area from here, and the Adelfi area is a community pretty close to the Irwin. So you're coming from Montego Bay, you get to Irwin, and then you make a left turn maybe a mile or less after you have leave the bridge from Irwin. So that's a community over here. So we can see a lot of excavation taking place in that area. So here we are viewing the community of Adelfi. So this is the bridge that the persons who want to get off in the Adelfi area will use. So this is the bridge that they will use to get off the highway or the bypass in Adelfi. So this is a very long drainage area to get the water off the highway or the bypass. And there we are viewing vehicles making their way from the Adelfi area or the Irwin era to the bridge. So this is the point of the journey from Montego Bay. They'll make a left turn to go into this area over here. So this area is the Adelfi area right over here, but that's the main road at Irwin right here. There we can see the Montego River flowing toward the bridge at Irwin. So at this point we are about a mile or so from the bridge at Irwin, and that's one of the longest bridges in Jamaica that they have constructed recently, a part of the Montego Bay Bypass project. So all these areas have been excavated for the Montego Bay Bypass, and they're presently still excavating and building in this area that leads to the Adelfi area. So work is taking place on this section of the bypass leading toward the bridge. So there we can see the bridge at Irwin. That's the bridge that crosses the Montego River at Irwin, and at that point it also crosses the main road from Irwin to Montego Bay. So we are actually viewing the bridge from the section at Adelfi, or in the Adelfi area, leading toward the bridge at Irwin. So we are actually viewing the bridge at Irwin. That's one of the longest bridges in Jamaica that has just been constructed by the China Harbour as a part of the Montego Bay Bypass, and we are viewing it from the area at Adelfi, just maybe less than a mile or so from Irwin. So here's one of the trucks from China Harbour coming across the bridge from the Adelfi section, or Cornwall Courts area. toward the Fairfield area. We're just taking a good look at the bridge at Irwin, and it is said to be one of the longest bridge in Jamaica. So at this section of the Montego Bay bypass, the bridge crosses over the Montego River and also the main road leading from Montego Bay to different areas of Irwin. Viewing section of the communities and the bridge from different areas in Irwin. Now we are checking out the area at Irwin that leads directly to the Fairfield area. We are now observing the China Arbor workers working on molds to be used in different area of where they are making Montego Bay bypass. So mold to be used on the bypass. So there's a lot of work going on here. So this is the bypass continuing from Irwin going toward the Fairfield area. This is the section of the Montego Bay bypass that takes you from Irwin directly to Fairfield and then from Fairfield to the Bogue area. Section of the road being built in the Irwin area. We have some form of wall here, a part of the highway and the Irwin area. So this is actually a section of the road from Irwin to Fairfield. So here they are building a retaining wall at the section of Irwin leading to Fairfield. It's one of the big drainage pipe to take water off the highway. So it's a section of the Montego River leading toward Fairfield. So at this section of the Montego Bay bypass, the China Harbour workers are building a big retaining wall. This section of the bypass that lead from Irwin to Fairfield, they are constructing another bridge that lead into the surrounding area of Irwin. Now we are going to be checking on another section of the bypass that the workers are constructing medians, and we will end the tour at this section for today. So this is a section from the Irwin area going toward the Fairfield area. So we can see that a lot of work is being done here. They're putting in the median.
Thanks for viewing my video. Please like, share, subscribe and comment.
So we're looking at section of Irwin.